Hi, my leadership gold diggers. It's Christina Stark again. Happy Wednesday. We are this close to the end of the month. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Christmas is just around the corner. It's kind of crazy. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I need to start doing shopping. I am terrible. I don't do a lot of Black Friday shopping because I'm just so exhausted from making the turkey dinner. So I'm a little behind the 8 ball this year. But I want to say it's been fun. I've been getting messages, private messages. I've been seeing people post on the re-ranked or close to it little graphic. So for those of you who are brand new to this group, we try to keep the feed clean. So when you are submitting a post, remember that the post needs to apply to everyone. So if it's kind of a status type of thing, usually there is a graphic, okay? For people who have re-ranked. So I'll put that up early in the month and then just keep making sure that you can continue to post to that so that we know where you're at. And then of course, always, there's some other things. Now, before I forget, oh, dang it. I forgot. Where is my paper? Here it is. Sorry, I'm trying to take care of some things here. Remember this? Remember this? We have this thing going on. How many of you are close to getting either the bar necklace or one of the charms or maybe a second charm? Okay, this is going on. So don't forget, your re-ranking, you'll get a coupon for that or coupon code and you'll have to redeem it. It's not going to be sent to you automatically. And I believe Stephanie Ray is the one that gave that little tip there. So you want to make sure that you redeem it so that you have something to show for your hard work. Okay, so I want to talk about hard work, and I actually want to talk about relationships. Now remember we talk about relationships in regards to building relationships with others, okay? Our customers, our hostesses, our VIPs, our recruit leads. We talk about building relationships with them. But I also want to talk about relationships with your team. What is it that you're doing to foster relationships? Remember, I talk about you having that virtual store or an imaginary brick and mortar store, okay? And you're hiring employees. Those people on your team are your employees. They are your team. And I love the acronym TEAM, T-E-A-M, meaning together, everyone achieves more, okay? So again, what are you doing to bring or foster that togetherness? Imagine you having a staff meeting. Is everyone there? Is everyone participating? Does everyone feel valued? All right, so I'm going to talk about consultant A and consultant B. And I may bring up some things that you may find in yourself to be part of A, and you might be part of consultant B. So consultant A, super excited, you're busy, but at the beginning of the month, you have planned your calendar, you have a team meeting set up, you reach out and you have that team meeting. Some months it's fantastic because everyone can make it. Some months, not so great. Maybe only one shows up, maybe two, okay? But you continually have a team meeting. Now, those of your team that aren't able to make it, you're still in contact with them. Okay, you're checking in with them on a weekly basis. You're checking in with them as needs be. This is super important with your new girls. Your new girls, you've put them into a group and you're allowing them to work with one another to figure out answers, and you're guiding them to all this stuff. And at the end of the month, you see that they're active or they're super close to being active, and you've reached out to them either via message, a voicemail, maybe it's a text message, maybe it's a Facebook Messenger voice message. You have reached out to them and you are cheering them on. But you have this all in your calendar so that you don't feel overwhelmed. Or some weeks you may feel overwhelmed, but you've got this under control because you have a good pattern, because you've worked at it. Okay, so that's consultant A. Consultant B, you're a busy mom. Okay, life gets the best of you. You work another job. This is the same. Consultant A could be working another job too, but let's say for consultant B, calendar planning, calendar blocking, I don't have time for it. So I'm kind of running at the end of my rope every single week. I don't know where my girls are at. I'm not checking my TAR, my team activity report on the dashboard. I'm not checking any of the updates. But I do go in there at the end of the month. I'm making sure that I do my own parties. I have a new recruit. I'm not quite sure where she's at, but I'll just check in, send her a text message, see if she needs anything. And maybe she'll respond. And if she responds, I'll get to it when I can. And so at the end of the month, I check the activity report, and there's a couple of girls that I thought would be active, but they're not. So I text them a message one day, and then the next day, hey, have you put in your order? I can see that you're 182 QV away. Oh my gosh, you can do it. And then the next day, and nothing has moved, and nothing has moved. Can you please put in an order? Get an order in so that we can re-rank. Okay, that's consultant B. Whose team do you want to be on? Consultant A or consultant B's team? Do you see what I'm saying? Is that the relationships need to be built upon a team fostering relationship. Okay, again, together, everyone achieves more. And so I look at self, okay? Self is selfishness eliminates loyal friends. I look at it saying, if I am on a team or work with somebody who may not reach out to me every single day, but she is in constant contact with me, and I cannot, being on her team, can't get to her every time, but I am paying attention. And I know that she's recognizing me, and I know that she's doing everything she can, and maybe I'm not as responsive. But at the end of the month, when she reaches out to me and says, oh my gosh, or every week, you are X amount away. And she just keeps going and says, oh my gosh, you are going to be achieving whatever rank. You'll get your fast start 1 or your fast start 2. Oh my gosh, you were so short. You're just this short. And she keeps me going. I am more likely to be loyal and do what it takes to get that done if it is done with a sense of love, sisterhood, and friendship. Okay? So when we talk about this is the same exact thing as you're going to do with your recruit leads or with your hostesses. Okay, it's funny how we even do this in our lives, that we treat people that we love probably not the best way as we do with people that we work with. Or if you know what I mean, because sometimes I'll go home and I'll be crabby because it's the end of the day and I'll start yelling at my husband for no good reason. And yet, why am I doing that? Because he matters to me. So why is it that at the end of the month, we start yelling at people that we care about only because we selfishly want a goal and we haven't been in contact with them? Hopefully that kind of makes sense. I kind of made a jump there, but hopefully you get what I mean. So do you want to be consultant A, who together everyone achieves more? Or do you want to be consultant B, who is self-centered and the only thing she wants is at the end of the month to re-rank, but she hasn't done anything to foster that relationship with her team? So being the selfishness eliminates loyal friends. Okay, so I want you to think about that. And as we go into December, it's never too late to start over. In what I mean is that it's never too late to start repairing some of those things that maybe perhaps have been out of whack. Okay? And December is a good time for it. It's probably the cheapest gift that you can give is just friendship. Doesn't cost you anything. You could say a kind word. You could send a nice note. That'll cost you a stamp, right? So just something to think about. I'm not sure if anybody has wants to comment on this topic, but if you do, and I found out that if you are on a mobile device, your phone right now as vertical, and I wish I had a, so for example, if this is your phone and you're looking at the screens right here, you must turn it sideways in order to join me on the broadcast. Okay, so if you would like to join me, you can ask to be on this, to just give a comment, but make sure that in order to join me, you have to turn your phone sideways in order to join me, because that's the way that it works split screen. Otherwise it will, I think this is why people got declined, that you couldn't join as guest. Okay, so if you would like to come on and say anything about that team environment, helping others foster the relationship, feel free to join me, add a guest, and I can see if there's anybody that wants to give a comment on it, if they've been able to experience it. So anybody want to come on? Huh? I don't know. Let's see. There you go. Kelly always says, I send my team active postcards every time they become active. That's great. So I think it's just one of those things, Heather, come on and join me. You'll need to say request. Oh, Giovanni beat you to it. Look at this. Giovanni's going to be there. So let's be on here. So make sure you turn sideways on your phone. Let's see here. Let me see who's first. And if Giovanni will get on here. Yes, Giovanni. Okay.
Hi, Christina.
Hi. So
how are you?
Tell us your experience. I'm good, thank you.
Good. I actually really love that you're talking about this, because I found out that was one of the things that I was like really doing wrong in the beginning of my journey. And once I started to kind of incorporate, like, I just realized like it's not about me. Like, we all win together. One of my favorite quotes is that it says, I hope I don't get it wrong, but behind every successful woman is another tribe of successful women who have her back. But in order to do that, you have to really have like a good bond. You have to really feel like a team. People have to feel like you really truly care about them. Mm-hmm. And so you have to build those relationships so people know that, it's not just because you're trying to re-rank, it's because you really care about them. So that's my team. Actually, this month has kind of we've rallied around each other. I'm so close to getting SLC for the first time. So we'll see what happens.
I love it. I love it. And that's exactly it. And you know what? I actually have a sign up here, and I'm going to turn sideways if you guys can see it. But up here, it says your vibe attracts your tribe. Can you see that little sign there?
Yeah,
and that was given to me.
Yes.
That was given to me from, I went out and did a team meeting, and I just absolutely love it, because I honestly believe that your vibe will attract your tribe. How you build that team relationship will help you go further than you can by yourself. Okay. And knowing that I have a genuine love for this. Oh my goodness, here. I haven't done this for a while. I have a genuine love for this group, and to see you guys succeed, it just, this is bad. Anyways, so this is my goal for you guys. This is what I've been thinking about, is that you guys need to realize that together you are much better. So Giovanni, thank you so much for sharing your experience. And I'm so glad that you recognize that firsthand, and that I'm just not blowing a bunch of smoke here. I want people to truly believe that we need to start with our small teams. And as we grow, I mean, the most successful girls that I see in this company are people that have long teams, and who even reach down to their level 10s and 12s and 15s. That's amazing. Instead of just, it's all about me, it's where I'm going to be. They genuinely want to see everyone succeed, right?
Yep.
So, all right, Giovanni, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. All right, so ladies and Heather, sorry, next time you're going to have to be quicker on the button there. So I am so grateful for you guys. That was terrible. I do this. You guys don't understand. If you haven't been on here for a long time, my emotions get the best of me sometimes when I'm just very when I love something, okay? So together, everyone achieves more. Start with your team. What can you do to foster that relationship? Make it a goal in December. You know, I know that we talk about the 12 days of Christmas, so which is the information will be posted on the dash tomorrow, okay? So look for that. That's all I could find out. But think about the 12 days of giving. What can you give? A kind word that doesn't even cost very much. I'm not asking you to go buy out a gift or anything. What can you do? Could you send a card, cost of a stamp, to somebody? One person a day. Could you say a kind word to someone while you're out and about? Doesn't have to be necessarily to your team, but maybe it is that you want to focus on your team and do the 12 days of love, okay? The 12 days of gifts. And I'm not talking about physical gifts. What can you actually do? A kind word, a kind deed. Send them just a quick message, a voice message, whatever it may be, to foster that relationship so that your team becomes stronger together. Again, together, everyone achieves more. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to register for Stacy's onboarding part 3. This is really important as you grow your team. You want to be able to do the right things, and this is that team environment again. So part 3, I will post the link in the header above, and that way then you can watch that. It is at 11 a.m. Tomorrow morning. So it's at 11 a.m. It's a webinar. If you can't watch it live, you can watch the replay, but I highly recommend that you watch these. So I will go over the replay tomorrow, but it's always good to watch it the first time so you know what I'm talking about. All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you later. Bye.